Welcome back to another video. In case you're new here, my name is Kim. This is Career Union. Whatever you desire, whether it's better health, more money, a beautiful new home, a new career, best-selling art, best-selling books, becoming a doctor, lawyer, engineer, whatever it is that you're feeling, a desire in your core, with a life with your mirror soul, you wouldn't feel that unless it already existed. So you're sensing something that's about to happen, but sometimes you're sensing it and then you move forward towards it or it comes into your life. And then because you may have a little bit of a story, you unintentionally and sometimes subconsciously and even unknowingly push it away. You self-sabotage yourself. And some people have become so good at it that they don't even realize when they're doing it. From a consciousness perspective, when you start to become more present and aware of yourself and your feelings and your thoughts and where your mind tends to, what direction does it tend to go in? And then where do you dwell? Those are like when you're becoming more conscious and awakened to the fact that you and God, universe, source, infinite intelligence, you're like this, you're one. And everything that you're wanting to experience was already created, it's already done. You're just allowing it to happen through trust, surrender, and letting go of your old fears and beliefs and programming around whatever the subject is. When clients kind of have this understanding and know when to surrender it to the God within and see it as kind of a cooperative experience, they have the best results. And then sometimes I'll meet with a client and, they might, I'm not putting anybody down. I'm not putting anybody down at all. So just hear me out, please, because I want you to have what you deserve. It's already there. You just have to allow it. They'll be so headstrong and it's so ego based. I am God. I am. And, you know, I want to use somebody as an example without giving any personal details at all. They were kind of in that energy. I don't have to do anything. I shouldn't have to do the inner work. It shouldn't have to be this. I shouldn't have to be that. Everything is perfect and amazing exactly how it is. And so I just, I basically asked the simple question, that's fine. I'm in support of whatever you want to do. I'm in support of it. So let me just ask you a couple questions. Do you, and I asked a few questions about their specific person. And then some, through questions and answers, what was at the root of everything was that they were so angry with their person still and still carrying the story of the circumstance, still resentful and angry. So they were kind of using the I amness of consciousness, the oneness. It was more so as a bypassing mechanism. So they didn't actually have to go within. Okay. And so I, gently reminded them, understanding what was going on with them, because I know that if I said certain things, they would have just resisted. Okay, that's fine. And so I just said, hey, would you be open to me guiding you in a little bit of a Ho'oponopono session in the way that I do it, specifically in my life, in all areas of my life? And they said, sure, why not? So we did that. When it was done, they said that they felt a shift within them and that they felt much lighter. And then they actually agreed that maybe they will kind of go within more and be a little more deliberate and conscious and proactive in co-creating and allowing themselves to experience the love of their mirror soul now energetically and in their imagination, because now we got past that block that they put up. It was a bypassing mechanism that made them feel better without having to go to the root. But we went to the root together. I only have 2 minutes to finish this. It was probably, just guessing, a month or so later, I received an email. That was their last session that we had together. I received an email that They were just doing their thing. They were being very consistent now, not being stubborn, stepping into power, gratitude, oneness with creator, God, universe, source, and loving themselves. And then, going into the different mindsets of their life, and then with their person, and then maintaining a healthy mental diet, handling waivers, handling triggers, all of that. And it was a short time later that they reported back to me that for the first time after a couple of years, they were just like doing their thing. They were enjoying themselves. They Somebody invited them to go out and meet at a particular cafe that they never really went to. And something inside of them just said yes, even though this wasn't something that they typically did. When they went, their mirror soul was there. They nodded at each other, they smiled, and soon after, they ended up in communication. Where the last that I know about it is that they were then in communication again. So this is not a coincidence. You have to, and you want to become a little more balanced in how you see everything. Affirm down below, I trust that I am one with consciousness and everyone and everything in my life, and I allow myself to experience the highest and best in all areas, especially my mirror soul. I love you so much. Have an amazing day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.